Hello, welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to continue on with my bookshelf tour. I did a couple of these videos kind of at the beginning of my channel, and then they really fell off of my radar. I stopped doing them. I definitely did not finish my shelves at all in those first videos. And I had received a couple comments over the last couple of weeks of some people saying that they would like to see an updated bookshelf tour. And so I wanted to do a video today showing some of my biography shelves. I'm going to have to kind of speed through some of these just because I'm trying to get through both of these shelves here, and I don't want to sort of blabber on too long. And so this is these are my main two biography shelves, and then I have one on the other side of the bookcase as well. I'm working on moving all my books around so that this whole portion here will be biography, and I'm sort of still working on that. So when that is done, and when it's all finally organized, I may do another video as well. But just to jump right in, starting up here on the first shelf, the first biography here is Julia Baird's Victoria the Queen. Her excellent biography of Queen Victoria, an incredible look into her life, wonderful. The next on the shelf is Roy Jenkins' biography of Winston Churchill. Again, absolutely fantastic. Next, one of my favorite biographies by one of my favorite biographers is Andrew Roberts' Napoleon. This is absolutely fantastic, a brick of a book, incredibly presented, elegantly written, just an incredible joy to read. Next on the shelf is biography of Cornelius Vanderbilt called The First Tycoon. This is a Pulitzer Prize winning biography. I love the cover design of this. I think it's just so fantastic. I actually had the pleasure to visit the Vanderbilt estate in Rhode Island, the Breakers mansion. Absolutely incredible, which led me to pick up this book. I have not read this one yet. It's on my list to read. I'm incredibly fascinated by the Vanderbilt family, by Cornelius Vanderbilt especially, and so I'm really eager to get into this one. The next is a biography of Marconi and his life. I have like a Mylar cover on this, so that's why it's so shiny. But this is a Marconi biography. Next on the shelf is probably the biography that I've read the most times, and that is David Mccola's biography of Harry Truman. This is a copy that I picked up for myself. The copy that I read was a copy that my dad owns, and after I read it, I wanted to get my own copy. So I've read this version once. I've read the other edition that we have in the house 2 times. David Mccola passed away, sadly, a couple of days ago, and so this was sort of back up on my mind. An absolutely incredible biography, easily the greatest Truman biography that I have read so far. I've read maybe 7 or 8 others, and this is by far the best. Next is another of those Truman biographies that I was mentioning. This is Robert Farrell's Harry S. Truman: A Life, which is, again, an excellent Truman biography. It doesn't even begin to go into as much detail as David Mccola's mammoth biography does, but for what it is still fantastic. Next is there's a theme here right here. This is my Truman section. Next is a biography of Bess Truman, the First Lady, written by their daughter, Margaret. This is just a fantastic look sort of into not only just Bess's life. She was a remarkable woman with an incredible story, but it just gives such a fantastic detail, such a fantastic glimpse into sort of the life behind closed doors in the White House during the Truman presidency, sort of analyzing him from the angle of his wife, from the angle of the woman who knew him best of anyone. Absolutely fantastic. Next, I'll grab this one off the top here just because it's getting in my way, and that is Lyndon Johnson and the American Dream by Doris Kearns Goodwin. I believe this is Doris Kearns Goodwin's first book, if I'm not mistaken. I know that she interned at the White House. Sorry, paper just fell out. I know that she interned at the White House under the Johnson administration, and I believe that this was her first biography. She was able to spend extensive time personally with Lyndon Johnson, and this is sort of the culmination of that experience. I'm just going to leave this one down here so I can grab these better. Next is biography of Edward Morrow, the radio broadcaster. This was a fabulous biography. Next is a biography that I am hoping to get to this month, and that is William Taubman's Gorbachev, His Life and Times. I've been reading some history of the Soviet Union lately. Have not read anything solely dedicated to the life of Gorbachev, however, so very eager to get into this one. Next, we have Chris Matthews' book, Bobby Kennedy, A Raging Spirit. We have next Jay Barbry's Niels Armstrong, A Life of Flight. A pretty short biography, but nonetheless intriguing. Last for this shelf is Edgar Vincent Nelson, Love and Fame. I love the inside of this. Has these beautiful full-color naval illustrations that are just absolutely breathtaking. I believe there's another one in the back here. Absolutely fantastic. I love the attention to detail on that cover design. So that is the last book for that top shelf here. Now moving down to the next shelf, we have Hermione Lee's biography of the amazing Edith Wharton. Absolutely fantastic. Next is Nancy Eisenberg's Fallen Founder, A Life of Aaron Burr. This one was particularly interesting. I read it right after reading Ron Chernow's fantastic Hamilton biography. This just fleshes out Aaron Burr so well. Obviously, Ron Chernow's Hamilton focuses fairly heavily on Aaron Burr as well. He was a very important figure in Alexander Hamilton's life. But this just adds just another level of detail to really flesh out the full story when you read Hamilton by Ron Chernow. Next is an autobiography, not a biography, but I put it here anyway, and that is A Journey, My Political Life by Tony Blair, going over his time as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Next is a book by James Chase. This is Acheson, the Secretary of State who changed the world. Dean Acheson was the Secretary of State under the Truman administration. An incredibly fascinating man. Next is a biography of Raoul Wallenberg by Ingrid Carlberg. I'm trying to get it in the picture there. Raoul Wallenberg was a seminal figure in saving thousands of Jewish citizens during the Holocaust. An incredibly heartbreaking, breathtaking story, and a fantastic biography. Highly recommend. Next is Ron Chernow's Washington, which it has its problems. However, Ron Chernow is a great biographer. Definitely my favorite work of Ron Chernow's is absolutely his biography of Alexander Hamilton. Next is Team of Rivals by Doris Kearns Goodwin. Fascinating look at the inner cabinet of the Lincoln administration here. Fantastic. And then here is Ron Chernow's Alexander Hamilton. So I can show that one here. One of the greatest biographies that I have ever read. Absolutely incredible. I think I've read it 2 times. The second time was sort of skimming through, going to the different portions of his life that I was trying to submit in my mind. But this is a book that you will go back to over and over again. Next is John Lewis Gaddis's biography of George F. Kennan, which ties into my my reading of Soviet history. Right here, a great biography. Next is I have Wilson by A. Scott Berg, his biography of Woodrow Wilson. Sorry, these dust jackets are falling off. I ordered some Mylar dust jacket covers, and I installed them the other day. You can kind of see it right here. But I'm still waiting to get my archival tape to safely tape the covers to the book without damaging them. So all the covers are sort of slipping off as I'm holding them up. Next is Walter Isaacson's biography of Steve Jobs. Just an incredibly fascinating story, well worth the read. Next is an autobiography by Ben Bradley about his life and his times at the Washington Post, his times working with Katharine Graham. On the back there are some pastings from the Washington Post. I got this after watching the movie The Post with Tom Hanks as portraying Ben Bradley and Meryl Streep playing Katharine Graham. Fantastic movie, fantastic autobiography. And last but not least for this shelf is Philip Dezan's, I hope I'm saying his last name correctly, biography of Montaigne, the famous philosopher here. Giant brick of a book. I bought this when I bought the Penguin Classics complete works of Montaigne, in the hopes of reading them simultaneously, sort of to get the look of his personal life as well as reading his essays. So that is the last of these two shelves of biography. Like I said at the beginning there, I have another shelf of biography on the other side that I'm working on moving everything around. I just need to have enough time to sort of take everything off and reorganize it in its proper fashion. But so this will be, right now this is just sort of miscellaneous fiction, but this will be biography as well. When that happens, I will film another video to show the biographies that are on that shelf. But that's it for this tour video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye for now.